Houston's Morning News. What a privilege.
Great to be with you, Matt.
You are well known for your stance on immigration reform, and Lou, I'm going to get to that in our next segment. Let's start with the business end of our conversation, the debt ceiling discussion. Republicans say we're not going to cave, no new taxes. Democrats say we don't want you to touch our entitlement programs. They ever going to find a middle ground, Lou?
They will. It's going to be an arduous process. This president has said that he's simply not going to accede to a short-term solution, Matt. And the Republicans are saying there'll be no increase in taxes. And you know what? This is all posturing at this point. We have no idea what's going on because these negotiations, as has become the obvious preference of this administration, are being conducted in closed-door sessions. And by the way, these meetings are lasting maybe an hour, hour and a half. This is not the stuff of detailed, granular, thinking on the big issues of our day.
No question.
These things are at best unserious at this point. They may be moving towards serious, but hardly there yet.
Fox Business host Lou Dobbs joining us on Houston's Morning News. Lou, it appears to me that the Republicans might be willing to cave a little. We've heard that before, read my lips, no new taxes. Yeah. Do you think that maybe we won't see, back in the days of H.W. Bush, there were no new taxes, but there were increases in taxes that were already on the books. Is that something that we may see?
I doubt it because what we saw in 1990, obviously, George H.W. Bush paid a severe political price for it, as did the Republican Party. I doubt you'll see a repeat of that. This Speaker of the House, John Boehner, has been adamantly clear there will be no increase in tax rates, period. That's not to say that there won't be rollbacks of subsidies and closing of loopholes, which are scored by many as tax increases. But the reality is, an increase in marginal tax rates would be an absolute death knell for the Republican Party in 2012.
Fox Business host Lou Dobbs joining us. Lou, your wheelhouse is immigration reform. We've got a new law being jammed down our throats here on the border states.
Right.
I know you've heard about that. When we come back, your thoughts on that, sir, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Fox Business host Lou Dobbs joining us. And Lou, thanks for hanging on. All right, let's talk a little bit. The regulations that the government has passed along here to the border states, circumventing the Congress, going around the Second Amendment. Do you believe this is Obama's way of covering his butt because of the Fast and Furious debacle?
It is an effort, I believe, without question, Matt, to do two things. One is to appeal to his base. Two, to deflect as best he possibly can of what is sure to be a massive embarrassment for this administration. It could rise to worse than that. It could rise to a scandal because the complicity of the Justice Department in the ATF Operation Fast and Furious mess is already established. The issue is now, how high does it go? Does it go to Eric Holder? And there are many, as you know, on Capitol Hill, including some of the people leading the investigation, who believe it does.
And Lou, this is certainly for the state of Texas, where we are this morning, and the other border states. This is something that gets a lot of pushback down here. Those that are selling guns along the border, those gun dealers, were the first to alert law enforcement that they were very uncomfortable with what the government was asking them to do in this Fast and Furious operation. And
the fact is they don't get credit for that. And secondly, they were being accused at the same time that the Justice Department was driving this operation, forcing them to put guns in the hands of drug cartels, murderers, and gangs, or they were being accused by the Justice Department of selling wholesale weapons to the drug cartels. The duplicity and the deceit and the double-handed operation that the Justice Department was running during that period is breathtaking and disgusting.
There's no question. Lou Dobbs joining us, Fox Business host. Real quick, Lou, your thoughts on the family leader marriage pledge. If you were a candidate running for president, and maybe you will be someday, Lou, I don't know, would you sign this thing?
No, I would not sign a pledge. I don't see any political point to it whatsoever. I'm not a guy, and it's one of the reasons I probably will never be a candidate. You can't say never. But one of the reasons is I'm not signing somebody else's pledge. It's just not the way, to me it just isn't what works. If I say something, I mean it, and either people believe me and give me credit for what I've done on the basis of my word, or they don't. I'm not signing somebody else's pledge, and no one's going to hamstring me. If I'm an elected official or someone campaigning for elected office, no one's going to be telling me what to do.
Lou Dobbs joining us.
Other than
the
constituents.
Yes, or your wife, I suppose, would also be something that could tell you what to do. That's the way it works in my house, anyway, Lou.
And I don't even have to run for office to be taking those orders.
Lou Dobbs, Fox Business host, also LouDobbs.com. Always a pleasure. Look forward to talking with you again, Lou.
Thank you so much, Matt.
You're very welcome. Faster way for jobs.